Our plenary session was on Sunni-Shia dialogue. I'll be very brief about this session because I think the actual findings are part of the larger report, which would be available to the participants. We concluded from our proceedings that this conflict between Sunnis and Shias in some Muslim countries had torn asunder the social fabric in these countries and was beginning to impact upon the larger world. There was a need, therefore, to address the underlying causes and to look for remedies. We were of the view that this conflict is linked to the misinterpretation of teachings pertaining to Islam, that this conflict is related to the role of religious elites who unfortunately have manipulated sentiments that the masses have been responding to, that this conflict is related to political elites who have benefited from the manipulation of religious sentiments of this sort. We also realized that there was no easy solution. What we have to do is perhaps to encourage a certain process that is important in resolving intra-faith conflicts of this sort. And we are hoping that the World Public Forum would be able to play a role in this, that the World Public Forum would look at the need to communicate with the authorities, governments in various countries about this conflict, that they would communicate with intergovernmental, multilateral organizations which are concerned about interfaith dialogues, that the World Public Forum would encourage publications, and we're hoping that the proceedings would come out as a book. We're also hoping to perhaps hold intra-faith meetings on an annual basis in different Muslim countries, dealing with the Sunni-Shia dichotomy. We believe that continuous dialogue is fundamental in resolving this conflict, that this conflict should not be allowed to degenerate further. The violence should be brought to an end, and the only way is through dialogue. We know that as civil society groups, the World Public Forum and similar bodies have very little power. We can only persuade, we can only convey our ideas to others. It's governments, it's the religious elites, it's the powerful, including the global actors, who would be able to address the root causes, because we know that this is also manipulated for purposes of regional domination and global domination, this conflict between Sunnis and Shias. So we have to play our role in addressing this challenge from a moral perspective, which is what groups like ours are for. And in this regard, friends, it is so important for us to realize that interfaith dialogue, intercivilizational dialogue will not work. It will not succeed unless we are prepared to address challenges within religions and civilizations. In other words, intra-faith dialogue is as important, perhaps even more important, than interfaith dialogue and intercivilizational. One of the biggest obstacles to interfaith dialogue is actually the attitudes that exist within a particular religion or particular civilization. So we have to deal with this in order to promote interfaith dialogue and intercivilizational dialogue. And I hope that the World Public Forum would be able to play a role in this. It is a forum that brings together people of different religious backgrounds. It has been involved in a dialogue for quite a long while. It addresses structural issues and fundamental cleavages in human civilization, cleavages related to the economy, to politics, to culture, to religion. It is ably suited to play this role in addressing these challenges as a moral force. And this is something which the organizers and the leaders of the World Public Forum could perhaps focus upon in the future. And I'd like to conclude with that thought that here's yet another dimension to dialogue, dialogue within communities, which we should see as our new challenge. Thank you very much.